Good morning. Come on in. Check your phone. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Check your phone. We're going to give it just a couple minutes. Come on in. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Go ahead and share. Share the discussion this morning. We're going to give it about one more minute, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with Her Peace of Mind talk show. About one more minute. One more minute. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and thank you so much for joining here at the Her Peace of Mind talk show. Listen, I am so excited this morning for us to come before you to have this discussion. If you do not mind, if you could hit that share button. It may not be something that interests you, but it could be something that interests someone on your page. So if you could go ahead and hit that share button, tag someone, invite someone, the discussion is going to be good this morning. I'd like to welcome you to Her Peace of Mind talk show, where I bring on guests to have a discussion with them. And today I am so excited to have with me as my guest today, Tina Davis. Say good morning, Tina.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are so excited to have you here with us today as we are going to have this exciting conversation about you taking Her Peace 6 weeks writing intensive class. So we are going to have the discussion and talk about your experience taking the class. Before we begin the discussion, is there anything that you would like to say this morning?
First, I want to thank you for allowing me to come in and to speak to others, because it's out there and they need to just take that step. Just be aware that it's there, it's offered, and go for it. So thank you for allowing me to come on to let others know to go for it.
You are so welcome, so welcome, so welcome. So before we get into the discussion that my assistant sent, there are some questions that I know that I can talk to you about, and we'll be fine. So first of all, how long have you been wanting to become an author? How long have you been wanting to write a book?
Me personally, I've been wanting to write for as long as I could remember, but I didn't know it was called writing. To me, I thought it was more or less doodling. I had to learn that it was called writing. So it's something that I've always wanted to do. So it was within me. It was within me. I just didn't know that was what it was. So I had to be taught that was what it was. I had to identify that was really what it was.
Yes. So you saw it as doodling, but your doodling, for all of the years that you have done it, you've been able to see that actually you were writing.
I was writing. It is called now journaling. Like I said, back then, I called it doodling, but not knowing that it was actually journaling, because back then you didn't journal. So I'm over 50. So back then for us, we didn't journal. We would doodle, more or less. And a lot of the times we didn't keep what we had written down out of fear that someone else might read it. So a lot of times we destroyed what we had written. So as I would doodle, as I called it back then, I would tear it up.
Mhm.
So I had to learn that, okay, you're journaling. You're not doodling. You are actually journaling, which you're writing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I'm not tearing up things anymore. I was keeping. So there were logs, there were books, there were things that were stacking up.
Yes, so it is so important, and you mentioned something so awesome, that yes, even when we're journaling and we don't realize it, that we are writing, and that could eventually turn into a book. You
Yes.
are so right about it, and I'm so glad that you shared that with our audience today, because many don't see um, them making little notes or them writing in a journal. They don't see that could turn into a book. And you're so right. I have been journaling for years, for years, for years, for years. And you're also correct when you say that when we would journal, we would tear it up or we would burn it up, because we wouldn't want anybody to read what it is that we had to say, or anybody to read how we felt, because we didn't want anybody to know how we really, 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 really felt. You are so right about that. You are absolutely, positively correct about that. But you learned further by taking my 6 weeks writing intensive class.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to say, our first question is, what made you invest in my 6 weeks intensive writing class? What actually made you make the investment for you to take the class?
Well, let me take it back a step. Now, when I saw the class, I wasn't I knew you. And with taking the class, I wasn't quite sure what I was actually going to get, because I saw Coach Sandara, but I know Reverend Sandara. And when you say writing, I was looking at the concept of general writing. But for me, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to have the proper writing. So my mindset told me, if in order to get that, you have to make sure that you're going to the source. I knew that you had written, and in order for you to write, you had to invest. And in order for me to move forward, I was going to have to invest. So I looked at who was I and how important was I to myself. Was I worth it? Did I feel that I was worth it? How much was I worth? So at that point, I decided, okay, I am worth something. And I took that step. And I invested. And that was the first thing, is investing in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And moving forward. And that was the best investment that I could have made, because I got more, so much more than what I actually thought that I was going to get. It was something. It was something. It was something.
So basically when you saw, and I got some questions last week when I did the discussion with upcoming author Dr. Mary Wise. I got some questions. My assistant gave me those questions, and so therefore we're going to give more clarity on today. So when you actually saw that it was a writing class, you actually thought that I would take you through the steps of writing. Right. But then once you got in the class, you saw that not only was I giving you the steps of writing, but I was actually giving you the steps to write your book.
Correct. Which was exactly what was needed, because you were precise and you gave so much direction, and you were specific, because you used a lot of your trials in writing your book, and you made sure the pitfalls that you had were not repeated.
Oh, that's good. Now, see, I knew we could have this discussion with not even that's good, because you know what? I would never share those pitfalls publicly, because that's not my character. But you are absolutely, positively right. I did not want others to experience what I experienced. And so therefore I had to tell my story. I had to tell my journey. And then with that, I didn't want everybody to feel like that you had to feel how I felt. Because in my journey, there were times when I said, listen, this is not for me. I am not writing this book. But then I knew that there was something on the inside of me that I really wanted to be a published author, because of the coaching. My coach, Lisa Nichols, who I invested in, she and Susie Carter showed me the importance of what becoming an author can do for you. And I was like, I want to feel that. I want to see that. So in those times when I felt like I was like, hey, man, this is crazy. I'm not doing this. No, really? Is it supposed to be like this? So you are absolutely, positively right. So once you invested and you actually got in the class, when did you actually realize that this was going to be more than writing? When did you actually realize that?
Night number one.
Oh, wow. You realized it on the first night?
The first night, because introductory night, you laid it out.
Don't scare the people down. Don't scare
No, because this is what needs to be said. If you want Reverend Sandara, you need to go to St. Mark in Clermont on Sunday morning. If you want Coach Sandara, intensive writing, you need to sign up for this class, because she is here to help you become an author. Night number one, she's giving you her expectations of you. She's allowing you to present your expectations of yourself. She's giving you guidelines. She's giving you the full ramifications of the class. She's letting you know you're going to have homework. She's letting you know she's going to hold you accountable for presenting that homework. She's going to let you know that there's going to be deadlines. Everything. She's letting you know she expects you to be in class on time. She's going to call you. She's going to, it's right there. So within the first 10 minutes of class, it's right there. And she's letting you know she's not there to waste your time. She's not going to allow you to waste the time of anyone else. She's fair. She's compassionate. But this isn't church time. Church time is on Sunday. This is about writing. I mean, she's giving you everything you need, but she's there to help you get yours. She's not trying to hold it for herself. She wants you to have what she has, and she's trying to help you to get there. And it's up to you to reach out and grab it. But she's giving it to you. It's up to you if you want to take it. It's there. But but it was class number one. It was, I'll give you 15 minutes, but I'm gonna say honestly, it was like 10 minutes. He was like, here you go. Here you go.
Listen, that is so funny, but you are so right. When I am doing my coaching and whether it's individual coaching, group coaching, or whether I'm coaching in the writing class, I am not Pastor Sandara. I'm not Reverend Sandara. I'm not anything when I am doing that but coach, because I can't be Pastor Sandara, because when I'm pastor, I have to be understanding and loving and compassionate and kind. But when I'm Coach Sandara, when you invest your money in coaching because you want to be transformed, because you want to be changed. And so I yes, she's right. I give you the business and I hold you accountable. But that is what a coach does. Yeah. If you ever hire whatever you want to call it, a coach, and they don't hold you accountable, then you don't have the right coach. If you get a coach and that coach is telling you everything that you want to hear, then you don't have the right coach. No, I keep that separated for a reason. People don't pay me their hard-earned money for me to be nice. They pay me for me to coach them, for me to push them, for me to get them to change or go to the next level. I didn't realize that it happened within the first night, though. That is so funny. I didn't realize that it happened then, but I'm glad. I'm thankful for your honesty. Thankful for your honesty. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, it needs to be that first night. Because honestly, the second night, we're already rolling. There's homework. If we go back, there's homework the first night. Mm-hmm. There's homework that first night. So expectations is already set. Mm-hmm. So in order for us to be held accountable, we have to have it that first night. And it was good. We rolled with it. It was great. We knew what to expect. And we appreciate it. I appreciated it because it gives us that, it gave all of us that extra boost that we needed. And especially with setting those guidelines and holding us accountable. So it's like, okay, we did have the compassion that was there. So the compassion is there, but at the same time, the structure is set. So it's telling us, okay, we understand, and all of us work, and we have our day-to-day schedules. But if you want this, you still have to go ahead and make sure that you're moving forward in what you are saying that you want to do. It's not that you're telling us, okay, you got to do this. It's what we said that we wanted. And you asked that question on day one. What is it that you want? And why is it that you want this? And you stated, this can't be because she wrote the book. Mama and them say you need to write this book. Why do you want to do this? Was one of the main, actually, it was the main question.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You are so right. And so this takes me to my next question. How did taking my 6 weeks intensive writing class assist you with becoming an author?
It allowed me to bring things out within myself that I had suppressed and that I didn't want to release out of fear that they would be scrutinized. It allowed me to be able to bounce off of others' ideas, and you didn't get that was stupid. That idea is dumb. No, you can't say that. As a group, when you're in there with your brothers or your sisters, you're getting the feedback from others in support, and just like you're speaking to them, you're giving your ideas. They're giving their ideas too. So you're helping. It's unified. So you're helping one another, where you're giving your ideas, they're giving theirs, and you're helping them, they're helping you. So you're forming a bond. So it's not just about you, it's a unit. And you encourage each of us to say, okay, you guys need to group up. You need to talk to one another. You need to share phone numbers. You need to share emails. You need to call one another, make sure you're keeping in contact. You need to support one another. Are you on Facebook with one another? You need to become friends. So you're telling each and every one of us, okay, I need you to, it's automatic. So it's for you, it's not an option. It's a command. Okay, have you spoken this week? Okay, you need to reach out. It's right there. So it's there. So you're not alone. That's what's important. It's not alone. And you don't just toss us out there. You are also involved in telling us what we need to do, how to do it, and really what's important in the steps that are to come, which is great. So the order is there, which is very important.
You know what? You mentioned something and you're right. I've seen it in each class, how you all bond in the class. And that is a great benefit of group coaching. And that's why I actually did it this way. It's one thing to be with your coach individually when it is individually for you, but God showed me that in the group coaching with the writing the book, that you all would begin to build bonds, and in that it would help you, and that you would be able to hear what the other one says. And the main thing that I get from each person is that, yeah, when so-and-so said something in class, it sparked something in my head and it gave an idea. And that is so important. And the other reason that I do it is because when you're trying to do something to this magnitude, sometimes you can feel like you are alone or you are by yourself. And so I try to get you all to build relationships so that you all can stay connected to each other, so that when you have those days when you don't feel like writing, when you have those days when you don't feel like doing anything, you can reach out to your sister and you can find encouragement. And since then, I put you all in a private group, where you all can continue to be pushed by me. So it does not end at the end of the 6 weeks writing intensive. And I need to give this plug because we got these questions after the last discussion. It is a 6 weeks writing intensive class. However, we only meet once a week on Tuesdays for 1 hour. And this is a question that I ask all of my coaching clients that take the writing class. I ask you to come to class for 1 hour a week for you to become something that you want to become, which is an author. Can you think about how many hours a week you go on your job? Or can you think about how many hours a week of time that you waste? For people that say, I can't write a book, you can't do it for 1 hour a week? You got to look at that a lot more closely.
Yeah.
I do believe that if you looked at it real good, you will realize that you are able to. So it's only 1 hour a week for 6 weeks that I ask you to invest your time. You invest your money, but I ask you to invest your time, and you will be amazed at what happens when you give that 1 hour a week fully. So I'm going to go to the next question. What about the class shifted and impacted you the most? Now, when you answer this question, we're not going to give specifics. We can mention, but we're not going to go into great detail. What about the class shifted and impacted you the most?
Wow. There was actually so much. For me, I would say when I actually had to miss one of the classes and you recorded the classes and sent it to me. And it was funny because you were trying to do it and you had your son to help you. I mean, you went through great lengths to make sure that I got it. And you not only did it for me, but you did it for someone else. And it showed just how much you cared to make sure that regardless of what was going on, we were going to get what we needed for the class. And with whatever was going on, I mean, because with us taking it, it's like I said, we were in the heat of the pandemic. You made sure that our mindset was there. We stayed encouraged. We stayed uplifted. And we still enjoyed it. We enjoyed it in spite of everything. We had fun. We had so much fun. And to the point of, at one point, it was like we were in a classroom again, and you were telling us, you was like, you guys need to cut it out, because we clowned at one point so bad. I was told that if I coughed or if I sneezed, they were gonna cut me off of the Zoom. But it was so good. But the love that was felt was just unbelievable. But we got every single thing that we needed to write. The education that we needed was just unbelievable. And you make sure that it's not about you. You make sure that it's about us and obtaining the skills that we need to become authentic authors of what we were writing.
That was powerful. That was powerful. So if you had to pick a week, each week I gave you all 3 words each week.
Oh boy.
If you had to pick a week, which week would you say you enjoyed, liked, or was shifted the most? Which week? Well, you don't have to tell me the week. Which words? I know what the words are and what week they are. When you tell me the words, I'll tell you which week they were. I gave you 3 words.
Actually, I think it was the hold on, I'm trying to see if I can find my book. I think this is my book. See, this is what happens with you when I have all my, no, this is my wrong book.
You all right? I don't want to say what they all are because then I'll be telling.
I think, no, I want to say it was day 2.
Week 2, okay.
Week 2.
All right. And week 2, the words began with the letter B.
Yes, we're not saying the words though.
You can say them.
It was with branding.
Uh-huh.
Branding. Oh goodness.
The big picture.
Branding, the big picture.
And brainstorming. Yes.
Because that on those everything just kind of blew up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why I laid it all out. That's why you have to see it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Dr. Wise, last week, Dr. Wise picked week 6. She picked week 6 for energy, example, and expand. So it's something how you all are picking. We're going to hear the word that Allison picks on next week. It's amazing the word that you all are picking. That's why I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say to those who may be watching, or even those who may watch the replay? What would you like to say to them about taking the class and also about writing the book or writing their book as it relates to Her Peace LLC Publishing? What would you like to say?
I would first like to say it's very obtainable. If it's there, if your dream is to write the book. Invest in yourself. If you're looking for that that ability and you need that, if you need that push, if you need to be in that environment of being amongst others to where they can guide you and give you that support, invest. It's a minimal investment for what you are going to get, because once you are in that class, you're going to say, you got to be kidding me. This is more than what I expected to get. You're going to get all of the knowledge and then some. I mean, it's unbelievable. You're going to be set. You're going to walk out of that class with everything that you need. But most of all, you're going to walk out of that class putting pen to paper, ready to go. You're going to walk out more than equipped to do what you're doing. You're going to walk out pumped, and you're going to have it. All you're going to need to do after that point is say, hey, I'm halfway there. I'm excited about doing what I'm doing, and just continuing to move forward. And you're going to be saying, okay, when's the next class? When are you going to extend this to longer than 6 weeks like we did when we finished up that class?
Yeah, the second class asked me, they were like, oh, wow, that's it. Oh, this should be longer. I was like, for real?
It's like, why do we need to stop?
You are so right. And so I want to add right here that when you take the class, not only will you get the tools and strategies for writing your book, but in this setting, you will develop your cover. You will get ideas for your cover, the front and the back. You are able to share your title, your subtitle. In the group, we give you each other, not just me as the instructor, but even from the other clients. They give you feedback on your title, your subtitle. You in this class will outline your chapters. You will name your chapters.
Mhm.
You will decide how many chapters you want to have in your book. If it's not a regular book, if it's a devotional or something like that, you will decide how many days you want it to be. You will write your introduction in this class. You will write your dedication page in this class. And if you put pen to paper, you are actually able to write at least 5 chapters of your book while you are in the class. You can write at least 5 chapters of your book. So you will leave the class with something. You don't just, no, well, not with a lot, not
Yes.
something. You don't just come to class to sit and learn about the, the how to write, the noun, the verb, no.
Mm-mm.
No. You are actually writing your book. And the tools, the steps, and the strategies that I give, you can write any kind of book. It could be a memoir. It could be you telling your story, your journey. It could be you writing a self-help book. It could be a meditation book. You can write a journal. One of my clients has decided that her first book is going to be a journal, and that's fine. That's the first step. That's how I started like 6 years ago, writing 31-day journals. The fact is that you will start something and that you will add the word title to the many other titles that you may have. That is my goal for each client who takes my 6 weeks writing intensive class. Madeline, I'm so glad that you asked that question. The next class begins this coming Tuesday, which is September 22nd at 7:30 p.m. And the class goes for 6 weeks. My last 6 weeks writing intensive class for 2020 is going to begin on November 10th, and you will finish just before Christmas. I want you to know that if you have a desire to write a book, that it is September, but you can still become an author before 2020 ends. I wrote my first book within 90 days. Within 90 days. After attending Speak and Write, hosted by Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols is one of my coaches that I invest in. I went to that in person, but I invest in her coaching programs that we get online. Listen, every coach needs a coach.
Yes.
If a coach won't invest in a coach, then that person doesn't need to be a coach. I said that. If you don't invest in somebody to coach you, then there is no way that you are going to be able to coach others. Making the investment in yourself helps for others to trust you to make an investment in you. Again, Madeline, the classes begin September 22nd. That's a Tuesday. That's next Tuesday. And then it is every Tuesday for 6 weeks. For 6 weeks. I'll tell you when it's going to end. From September the 22nd until October the 27th. That will be the last class for that class. And then the next class begins November the 10th. Yes, I still have spaces in my upcoming class on Tuesday. I do not have the classes sizes more than 7 because outside of that, it is very hard to engage. Everybody talks in the class. You don't listen to me talk the entire class. So I keep the class sizes to 7 or less, so that I can make sure that everybody gets their money's worth. If you have any other questions, Madeline, you can, yes, ma'am, you can inbox me, or you can go to my website at www.sandarawilliams.com, but you are more than welcome to inbox me. Our next question that I want to ask you, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
So tell them about your excitement of you becoming an author.
I am very excited. For me, it has been a struggle. It has been a struggle for many different reasons, health-wise and so forth. But I am very, very excited. I had the title for years, didn't know what the title meant. But I actually, I had it when I built my home 11 years ago. I had written the title down and stuck it on the side of my refrigerator. But due to Coach Sandara, I was actually able to put that title to my actual book, which my plan is to release January 1st, 2021. That is the goal, which it's coming along. It is coming along fantastic. I am very excited. I'm very, very excited. Working on the cover. I'm working. I am working diligently on making everything happen so I can get there. I can achieve my goals. There's a lot within me that has come out. I do need to plug something here because I think people need to understand. Everyone needs someone, and as a coach, everyone needs to find that coach. And I was able to find that coach. I found that coach in Coach Sandara. So it helped me to release outside of the writing class what I needed, but that helped me to be able to write those things that are within. So what I didn't realize as well, that my daughter, as a writer, has been journaling for years. And we need to, that's something that we all need to do. We all need to journal. We need to write these things down because there are books within us, each of us, that that should be written. So if you are journaling and you're trying to figure out how to put all these journals together, make the investment. Make that investment within yourself and take the course and put these books together, put these journals together and put them out there, because these can be healing agents for many women, children, and men out there that can help help so many different people. But I am so excited for myself. Coach Sandara has some other things in the works. Her daughter has something out there in the works brewing. I started my doctrine. I'm in the midst of everything. I've asked myself, girl, did you lose your mind? But then I look at Coach Sandara, and I know today she's running all over the place. She led us in meditation this morning at 8:30, and here we are now. And she has some other stuff this afternoon, but and she has me, like I said, in affirmations. And so she has my mind going in so many different things. I'm at a point now where, for myself, all I want to do is write. My mindset and things are just coming out within me. And it's just like, just right. My poor husband the other morning, he's like, what are you doing? I got my phone, the thing to a light, and I'm writing by the light of my phone. And I just said, forget it, because I couldn't see. And I just started to type in the notepad of my phone. But that's coming out. And I know there are a lot of other writers, there are a lot of other authors that are out there. And it's time to step up and make that stand and move forward. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. And so many other things. Invest in yourself. That's so important. But I'm excited. I am excited about being here today. I am excited about the move that's taken place, just with everything. I'm loving it. I'm loving me. I'm loving her. I mean, it's hard to put into word, but I'm telling you, you got to put the pen to paper and make it happen. But you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in yourself and move forward. You got to.
So, Tina, would you like to share the title of your upcoming book?
Yes, the title of the upcoming book is called Finding My Own Shoes.
Yes. Now give them just a little snippet.
A little snippet. I'm going to just give you a very small snippet. Scars and bruises of my past allows for the present joys of my victories. There's your snippet.
That's good. That's good. So let us celebrate this upcoming author, Tina Davis. Let us celebrate her. She will be releasing her book in January 2021. It is going to happen, and she will be using Her Peace LLC Publishing. I am so excited, Tina, to have been a part of your journey with you writing your book, putting pen to paper, and also you becoming a published author. I cannot wait to read your book. I cannot wait to read your book. I already know that it is going to be awesome. And I am so happy and excited for you. Is there anything else that you would like to share today before we end our discussion?
No, I am good. Just do it. Just tell everybody, just do it. Make it happen.
Thank you so much. And again, if you have any questions, you are welcome to inbox me in my inbox, or you are welcome to send me an email to R-E-V, my name, Sandara Williams @gmail.com. Either myself or my assistant will be happy to answer any questions that you have about the 6 weeks writing intensive class, or if you have any questions about individual coaching, group coaching, or mentorship. We have all of that for you. It is my goal to help everybody that I can to become a better you as I continue to strive to become a better me. Tina, I want to say thank you again. Thank you for taking time out of your Saturday morning to spend this time with me. Yes. And I want to add that you are so beautiful today. And I truly appreciate you. Go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we will talk soon. To those of you who would watch the replay, I also ask that you will celebrate Tina as you listen to this discussion today, because if you are going to become an author, we will do the same thing for you when it is your time. Thank you for joining us today for Her Peace Talk Show with my special guest, Tina Davis. Have an awesome day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.